Generic greetings and welcome back once again to the Last Starship. Today's beverage is a very soothing and relaxing herbal tea, a mixture of chamomile, lemongrass, and I think it was marshmallow root of all things, apparently. Either way, welcome back to the Last Starship. And previously, we were doing a number of tasks, but mainly working on the Deep Space Industrialist Part 2, which was what phase is this? Working towards Phase 4 of the Stargate program, and that meant building and selling some Stargate actuators, Stargate resin, and the stable isotopes, the latter of which we have completed. If we go over to the UMC Astral Temptress, we can see we've got these hyperspace scoops, which put everything into the huge tank, then go through the refinery, and then out into another huge tank, all sort of buffers here, and then finally we get stable isotopes. So that's all good and sold and done. We can still continue on making this and selling it for profit, which is all good, and all it requires is us to just jump about, so that's fine. We also are producing some Stargate resin. We've got the gas collector here, a recently acquired ship. We've got the gas collectors, which takes Metreon from a Metreon, gas cloud, as you can see, and then goes into this huge tank, again, another buffer, through the refinery into another huge tank, and then finally out via the chemical lab into our storage. So we are making decent progress on the Stargate resin. We could probably benefit from another 2 gas collectors just to fill up this huge tank, but there's no asteroids, there's no raiders, there's no reason for us to increase the production, so we can just let that sit and do its thing. In fact, the refined Metreon is going up, so we're actually okay there. So again, not a huge priority. However, I think what we do need to do is change up the AJE Foundry. So this is our Foundry. It's also a basic miner. It is currently collecting loads of these crystals. In fact, what I probably want to do is go to storage and to copper ingots and increase the copper ingot storage. And, well, I also want to increase the amount of smelters we have, the amount of fabricators and the assembly tables, because we need to make the Stargate actuators. Stargate actuators require... Let's have a quick check here. Excuse me. Stargate frames and mortars, the former of which we have been producing. That requires frames and, well, just time. And the mortars require metal ingots and copper ingots. We are obviously making a lot of copper ingots, but we do not have production on the metal ingots, even though we have got quite a number of them. So I don't know why they're not producing. I think there's just nowhere to put them, actually. Let me just go... I think I've just answered my own question here. Let me go to mortars and just shove a big block down there, and let's see if the guys actually take the mortars and move them. Yes, there you go. They're actually going to start producing them, so that's fine. I think there was just nowhere for them to go, but also moving stuff over here as well is probably going to help. But yeah, that's going to produce motors, which then can produce some actuators eventually. But we do need to make some changes over here. I want some more drones. I want a lot more smelters, more fabricators. We also need to start scrubbing the CO2. So let's work on that. The question is, what's the best way of doing it? Do I send this out, or do I let it just do its thing here and then bring stuff to it? I think that's probably the way forward. So we could go to the Procedurally cruiser and use this to transport stuff around, although the Astral Temptress is more of our transport vessel. So let's just go over to trading, and we will go for solar. We always try to get as many solar panels as we can. We'll confirm that. We have 668,000 generic units of currency, so I'm not in any way, shape, or form worried about the money on this one. Let me go over to, let's see, habitation, and we want a CO2 scrubber. We want a, where is it, an air processor, and we probably want an intermediary tank, which I'm going to go with a small tank, and that should suffice. So again, we'll confirm that. Now it's industry. Now it's the more difficult one. 2 more drone bays, all the smelters I can get. I don't want any more refineries or chemical labs or anything like that. Fabricators will get the lot. Assembly tables. Ooh, okay, things are... take it back, things are actually getting quite expensive now. And we'll get all the logistics drones we can. Okay, so we'll confirm all of that. That's taken us to 182,000 generic units of currency, but that is hopefully enough to crack on with stuff. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have the right amount of solar panels on this thing, but I always try to put more in the where we've got the I can't even find it now. Where is it? I can't even find where we've got our AJE Foundry. Where is it? Gas collector there, yes. We're here. It's NG15. Right, prepare the jump. Okay. As I said, there's other things we can have a look at as well. If we go over to the map, we've got the black hole sun and the trouble with tidlets. Now, we have done both in a previous series. In fact, the trouble with the tidlets is and was the first mission ever added to the game. Like the main proper like story missions rather than these just sort of contracts here. So yeah, we might have a look at those, but that's a future us problem. Let me just go over to over to here. Yes, so tactical and then move, and then what I have to do is have a fight with the logistics network. So logistics, and from the Temptress we want to hand over. It's boxed, yes. We've actually got a small tank over here, so we probably don't need to do it, but I'm just going to send over... I'll send them over anyway. More drone bays, all the smelters, air processor, fabricators, more solar panels. Definitely don't want to send over the cannon shells. We can send over the metal ingots and the scrap metal, like so, and precious ore, precious metals, because we will require those later on. The copper ingots, like so. Stabilized stubs don't need to bother with. However, where is it? Seeds. We've got loads of seeds for some reason. We do want to send over the logistics drone as well, and I'm going to send over 4, but I don't know whether that's going to send over... well, I don't know how it's going to send it over, because, yeah, just realised that this thing doesn't have a drone base, so I can't actually transport stuff from it. Right. So because of that, we have to do it the manual way. Over to manoeuvring, and this is what you had to do previously. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring it in and we'll dock it up, and then that'll allow transport of the items. Again, this is yeah, not ideal, but it will do, and that should be in a position to dock up, which it is. And there we go, we've got hard seal, and then everything is now, as you can see, being transported over. So there we go, all good. Let me go to installation, and we're going to go with drone bay, and I'm going to place a drone bay there and a drone bay there. We're going to go with some... how do I want to do this? I want to basically produce more... well, solar panels is an easy one. Let's see about solar panels. Was it there and there? I mean, it doesn't really matter, truth be told. As long as the solar panels go in, I'm not really bothered. Smelter I'll come back to. CO2 scrubber. That's a bit different. I want to go with a small tank, which I'm going to place in there, because we don't need access to it. We got the air reprocessor, which I'll put there, and then the CO2 scrubber, which is going to go in there. So everything's a little bit all over the place, but it should suffice for... this should be okay for our needs, and it should be that. So this is now going to empty and go into here. So I'm hoping actually that the flow is going to be correct. If I do this, I'm hoping that that'll work out all right. I don't think it's simulated in that way, but just for the sake of completeness, we'll do it like that. Cables will also do that. So we've got the CO2 scrubber that's naturally scrubbing CO2, puts it through the air processor, and then small tank. Now, ideally, you'd want an intermediary tank for CO2, and I do have one of those, actually. A spare one, small tank, and I'm going to put it there. It means repiping this, but it's not a problem. Pipes are free, doesn't take any time. We're all in. So CO2 scrubber, small tank, air processor, into that one. Yeah, I think that's fine. CO2 will hopefully be going down. That says it's processing, and if we come out with that one, we can see it shows the CO2 gathered and the oxygen as well. Efficiency is only 67%, but I do want to look at research. But I think the game tells us to do that later on as part of the sort of story. Yeah, anyway, let's go over to construction and to cables, and, well, I've run the cables like this previously and then along, but to be fair, what would be probably easier is just to do that. It's just a lot easier for all involved. Let's go with this, some more drone bay. More drone bay means more collection of all of this, because this is where we had a copper deposit, but that's now completely empty. Now, I think I can blow this up when you get access to more minerals, but I'll see. And, well, let's go to dismantle and get rid of all of those, and then install smelter, and it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. This is going to be basically as many as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there we go. Also dismantle that, which is probably a big downside, because that gives us access to the habitation module above. But then I will install the ladder out of the way, say here, and I think that would work. If we go to exterior, yep, see there's a access here, and it goes all the way around, you see. So it does give us access, but this needs to be removed. So it means, I think it's going to mean anyway going back. So it's going to mean going back somewhere, isn't it? Like some station. Okay, and all of these are going to be copper minerals, but then I want the same again. I want the same again, basically in metal, like say down here. But the main thing is, this is now gone. Okay, what we'll do then is we will take the Astral Temptress, we will undock that, and we will go to the shipyard, prepare the jump. We'll also align the Foundry, which we don't require an FTL drive as long as the fleet has one. By the look of it, we're all fine. Back over to the gas collector, and that is working all good. We obviously do need to sell more Stargate resin, but we are working all right on that one, so we'll come back. It takes a while for the Foundry to align. Excuse me. Still got this horrific cold, so apologies for that. And for the unsightly noises? No, not sightly. Unwanted, certainly. Let's jump. And we will get more... We'll get more items on the go here. So, oh, sorry, my mistake. Let me go ahead and change all these to Stargate actuators. And I'm going to change those to... actually, no, I need some of these on Stargate frames. Stargate frames. And then one on actuators. Basically, I need, let's say, more of these. So... For motors, we need 2 of each metal, so that's fine. We've got the metal on the go. For the frames, we need just frames. Frames is 5 metal ingots to frames. Okay. And it's every 10 seconds, and frames is 20 seconds. Right, I'll do the maths later on once I've actually got stuff on the go. Let's go with the AJE Foundry and to the editor. And to floors, and we change that to floors and confirm. Okay. I can't realistically build much more. Actually, having a row here of smelters and a row here of smelters would be nice. Okay, let's have a quick check at that one. Let's go to smelters, and they have 4. I'm going to buy them. I'm going to buy them in. And that takes it down to 66,000 generic units of currency. Okay, gas collector, you're going to come back because we need to get you selling. Actually, to be fair, the AGE Foundry has some stuff we can sell as well. I still also might put a drone bay on it, but I don't actually mind it sort of docking up as well. It's fine. It just gives you a little bit of breathing room if you have it not docking up. So we're jumping into the center here, which is where we can go ahead and go for... Do we need to scrub CO2 in this one? Not just yet, but we will do eventually. But we are going to go over to Stargate and then to sell some isotopes. And that gives us... Oh, yeah, well, it takes us up to, after tax... Oh, okay. After the tax, 368,080. So it's still a good market there. Let me go over to trading and to gas, and I'm going to get 2 gas collectors, and I will install those right next to this one, like so. And then obviously cables will be all in because it just runs up there. Piping will be a similar situation. It's going to go like that. Again, I could probably just connect it to this, but I like the idea of having, you know, as if it was going through all the valves and the connectors through this way, because it just feels right doing it like that. So that's all fine. I mean, like I say, I can sit here and refine the Metreon as much as we want. Although, to be fair, it's not working. Why is that? I reckon the crew. Let's go to trading and crew. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, confirm. And then there's more crew to bring more stuff about. And I think it's just these. This needs unloading. Yeah, it just needs unloading. It's a crew thing. Okay, over to the Foundry and to install, and then the smelter. And then the smelter will have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll put 5. I want 6 of each would be ideal. Yeah, that would be great. Or do I just make it 5 for now? Let me dismantle that and install it again. Yeah, I think we'll do that, because I keep on mentioning this, and it is true that what we do here is... It is temporary permanent. No, it is temporary, because eventually I want to automate things properly with rails and arms and stuff, but I don't know how far we are out from that. But cables like that, these smelters will go for metallic minerals, like so, and that's fine. And then we want to go for storage, and it is metallic minerals, and it goes all the way back there. Copper, I'll extend to there as well, and to there, just to the end. And then copper ingots, like so. And then, where is it? Metallic, like that. Metal ingots. Good. All of this, I'll come back to. Oh, we've also got some scrap metal as well. I'll tell you what, I'll turn this end one into scrap metal production. There you go. And it's going to be scrap metal, maybe a bit more. And then metal ingots is just totally fine. Right, so that's all working. That's good. We also need, in here, in industry, some more fabricators. But again, they're going to be expensive, and assembly tables. Right, we'll have to do the maths and get rid of all this stuff. Look at that there. All the motors, they're ready to go. Let me just go for storage. That's cargo, that's cargo. So we need actually a place for just any equipment, I think. Like that. Because these guys here, they're trying to produce... Oh, they need frames. Yeah, we need to produce frames. I basically need to set up this entire thing again. But do I just ramp up the... Do I ramp up storage, or do I spend time doing it now? I'm going to spend time doing it now, I think. Get ourselves sorted on that front. Yeah. The only reason why I'm hesitant is because it's a lot of just sitting and watching this move around. Okay, we're going to do it. Let's see what we can do. Dismantle all of that. Storage. Get rid of the lot. Start from almost scratch. So, we need to make motors. We need to make frames. Yeah. Let's install our fabricators. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those can go there. So everything will be produced here smelting wise. This is like the raw foundry. Then iron ore to whatever, then comes down into here. That's fine. I'll then do the maths for the other stuff later on. I'm going to go to the Protein Cruiser. No, actually, it's going to be the Astral Temptress, where we've got this resin. Prepare the jump. Just going to jump this Temptress off. It would be probably nice to get an FTL drive, wouldn't it, on the AJE Foundry and make it sort of independent of a jump ship. I also will need to go for some defense at some point as well, because we will eventually get attacked or have to do some missions that require that. But anyway, let's go over to the Stargate, and these are completed, so I can't sell the stable isotopes from there, but I can from here. And it doesn't make us that much, but it also doesn't require... Yeah, it doesn't require any... It doesn't require any tax to be paid, so that's good. Let's go to drone and get a drone bay, and then I'm gonna install it. Where shall I install it? Can I install it on the back there? I can't. Oh, it will go there. That's fine. That's okay. So it now means I can send stuff via the drone bay. Alright, that's fine. Oh no! There is some tax to be paid, interestingly. Okay. These are now in. So let's have a look then. So, I need to make frames. Every 10 seconds you get a frame. And I believe if I just go to install quickly an assembly table, just temporarily, I think we need to double check to see how many frames we've got going there. Let's just see. So I'm just putting this in. So, for a Stargate frame, it's every 20 seconds. So it needs to be a 2-to-1 ratio. Right, so let's do it. So 1, 2, 3 assembly tables. Perfect. All of these can make frames. Like this. So just double check. Frame. Right. All good. Right. Gonna disassemble that. Actually, not for now. Let's go for trading, industry. I think we're totally out of fabricators now, aren't we here? No, we got some. 200,000. It's going to be worth it. We might as well do it. And then dismantle that. Actually, no, wait, cancel, because I need to make actuators. Is one frame and one mortar. A mortar is every 15 seconds. Gas collector's got a CO2 warning. Right, I'll have to sort that out in a bit as well. Okay, so the frames every 10 seconds, motors every 15. I'm happy with some inefficiencies. So, ideally you want a couple of less frames, but more mortars. But it takes 20 seconds to make the actuators. Basically, I want another row of them fabricators. I'm actually going to change those to mortars. Mortars. Like that. So they're on one. I'm now mortars. Yes. Dismantle that. Install more fabricators. And I'll install them this time. I'll install them down here. Say, there. Again, this is something that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll end up coming back to and redoing. But at least if this is up and running, then I'm happy with that. So there's mortars. Then it's frames. And then we need assembly tables. Which doesn't really matter where they go, but let's make sure they go from this side, because, well, it's near this one. It's got cabling. Get rid of some cables. Okay, not that it costs anything, but it's just sort of force of habit, really. Like that. So these are now all going to ramp up. So these are going to be frames. Like that. So frames every 10 seconds. Then Stargate frames. Oh, I've done it the other way around, haven't I? Of course. It's Stargate frames. 20 seconds to make. So actually these I don't need to make, and I can shut off half of these. Right, stop. 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 Oh, sorry, no, wait. Yeah, every 20 seconds you make a frame, but you need 2 frames. No, wait, that is right, isn't it? Every 10 seconds you make a frame, but then you need 2 frames. Just got to set it going. Stargate frames. And then actuators, which is every 20 seconds. Frames 20 seconds, right? And that's going to be a 1-to-1. So I need another 3 assembly tables for that to be working correctly. Gas collector. Sell some more resin. Pay our tax. Can I fix the can I fix the CO2 problem here with the money we have? Habitation. CO2 scrubber, small tank. That is the fix. But an air reprocessor is also useful. So let's do that. And where do we have that? It's over the back there, isn't it? Installation. CO2 scrubber. Ideally you want it there, but it's not going to happen. I think I'm just going to place it in this corner out of the way. Yeah, I think so. Install. CO2 scrubber. Small tank. She's going to have to shift. And then a reprocessor. Which I'm just going to put back here. It's going to cover over this oxygen stuff, but it is what it is. The CO2 pipes will run along like this. And then cables will run like so. And like so. Oh, there is a medium oxygen tank there. So actually that's fine. So CO2 is going down because it's then going into this tank. Right, we fixed that problem. That's now going down. Excellent. Let's just sell some more of that. And then materials. Right. That is fixed for the most part for now. I can sell, actually, the... Oh wow, look at all the motors. The motors in the frames are ready to go. Right. So, yeah, sorry, I can sell the Stargate stuff anywhere, and it still goes up, which is excellent. So, let's go for installation of nothing. I need to move these out with here, don't I? Let's go with storage, Stargate frames. Again, this is all temporary permanent. And then it will be eventually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just eyeballed it. There we go. It should be that. Okay. Back to the gas collector. To sell. Sell. And I don't need to pay the tax just yet. You just get a certain amount owed. I don't know how long you have. I don't know what grace period you have. I don't know if that's just going to start going up. But I'm going to confirm the purchase of the assembly tables. There is actually an output like this, by the way, and I probably should put it the right way because then it will put it here. But that's only if you... It's only really a thing if you're using the robot arms. In fact, rotating it around there, that's actually going to move the... it's going to move the cable connection, so I'm just going to do that. Okay. And then this goes in. And we will set this up to be Stargate actuators. So Stargate frames and motors. Like I say, the ratios I've got completely wrong. It's it is what it is. So every 20 seconds we produce Stargate actuators. Frames over there. You see these are totally locked down and there's nothing to smelt. So the Astral Temptress, you're going to fly back to the AJE Foundry, which is fine. This jumping around, if anything, it's really good because we get to the stable isotopes. Let's go to sell. Gonna go down here. Seeds. I don't need the seeds. I don't know why I've got those. I think it's just we've picked it up from salvage. And cannon shells. I was going to transport those over to the Procyon cruiser. Let me just confirm the selling of this. And installation. No, not installation. It's the cabling of the drone bay. Let me pay my taxes. There we go. Begin fabricating motors. We're on 79 of 100, so that's actually working well. Trading over here is good. Then we're going to jump over. Then I need to bring the AGE Foundry back somewhere. We'll see where that place actually is. Just speed up to max speed while they're finishing the trading. There we go. And then jumping. We'll rush through that one because we're just transporting somewhere. Then we're going to go back over to NG15, is it? NG15. Check out the Procyon cruiser, see what it's up to. Yep, just sitting there. All good. Installation. Huge tank and small tank, just sitting there. Drone base on one side. Got a docking port, and we do have Gatling guns, but we do need, ideally, more guns, more better. But this is going to be a bit of an overhaul at some point. The thing is, you get so much money by doing the deep space industrialists and working on the Stargate, which is the main, is the main thing you do in this game mode. So, why would it not be the focus? But at least once we get that big influx of cash, we can then use it to either continue on with the Stargate project or, siphon off some of it, not in a bad way, not in a malicious way, to to supply our ships and upgrade. Let's go back to Foundry and to FTL, which is, it's still aligning. It's still taking ages to align. We also have some trading coming as well. Probably auto buying, maybe. Jump. Okay, so this is a bit different now. So I want to go over to metallic minerals. Metallic minerals is there. So we send over the AGE Foundry, and it's going to start mining metallic minerals. Copper is another problem as well. We do have loads of copper ingots, but we don't have metallic minerals. What we do have, however, is Stargate actuators. And also, the Temptress is picking up metallic minerals as well. Oh no, precious metals and metallic, actually. Well, we might as well tell it to go over and do it. There you go. Send it over. So the Foundry is going alright. We're running out of frames. And obviously, the the bottleneck at the moment is, yeah, we have a problem with the smelters, but we're not producing any metallic minerals. However, drone bay is working. However, it's also getting sent over to... That's not me. Excuse me. We have the Leviathan, who's just rocked up and is taking our minerals. How dare they? Well, I either... Yeah, you turn around and go away. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Obviously, we've also got the Temptress, who's collecting stuff as well. Yeah, she's collecting some stuff there as well, but I'm going to transfer it over. Let's go to logistics for the Temptress, and we'll transport over. Let's see. 1 metallic minerals. And... Actually, no, it's only transported the one. It's only got the one, I think. I think the rest of it has been taken from over here. But there's smelting underway. Smelting is definitely underway. It also means that we're producing... Oh, good grief. Stargate actuators. A lot of them. More than I'd thought, actually. We need to start selling them. Those are probably worth quite a bit. I'm hoping. Okay. What we can do is bring this ship back. And maybe think about... We'll leave the Foundry here. I think I'll leave the Foundry here. But what I'll do is dock up, transport all of the actuators across, and then go for selling, leaving it doing its thing here. Just get this docked up. There you go. We've got auto docking on, so docking assist there. And then it's logistics. This is still saying +2 on the batteries. And actuators from the Foundry. All 49. Which means that that's going to make us money. It should make us a lot of money. Obviously, I'm still going to have a problem with... Well, there's Tillium over there. There's loads of Tillium there. Gasman's just went. Fast movers coming in. Precious metals, metallic ore, precious metals, precious, metallic, precious. So I've got no more. I've got no copper. I don't know where copper is. I have a feeling it might be in areas like where there's hostiles, which we'll have to go and take them out. Which means fighting, which means more money, which means basically the Procene cruiser is going to have to be outfitted. Let's bring that back to... actually, no, we'll keep it where it is, because there might be something to buy. The gas ship... He's still producing. If anything, we can get another chemical lab in, can't we? Let's get another 2 chemical labs. Install. Like that. And then... I've also got 2 loaders. I'll just keep them in storage. I don't think I need to change that. So, it was Stargate resin. And... Stargate resin. Cables. I've obviously rotated these around. It's going to be... The pipe's going to be all over the place, aren't we? Oh, nightmare. Fine. I'm gonna have to change it. Apologies. I can't I can't have that like that. I don't know why I would have rotated it round. Like that. I think that's the right orientation. I think so. And pipes. And it goes in the end. Then each one of these is Stargate resin. And Stargate resin. That goes back to the gas cloud. Was it NG2? We'll find out in a second. Yes. So that's now producing. That's all good. Procene cruiser. I'll come back to that. I'll just finish the logistics over here. So from the AGE Foundry. Yes, we want to go to, hang on, AGE Foundry, logistics. 6 more Stargate actuators. So they're working on that. Now, 1 more, done. Okay, which means that detach FTL. I'll jump to the shipyard because there'll be more stuff to buy. On the Temptress, sorry. There we go. Prepare jump. And let's see what money we get from this. Hopefully a decent amount. Whoo, not bad. After tax, it's taken us to 336,000 generic units of currency. Okay. That's excellent. And also, to be fair, we can also go to sell and sell all them stabilized stubs too and pay tax even though the Stargate's not needing it. But there we are. Right. Okay, good. Happy with that. And you can see we were now producing more Etron gas to actually fill this tank. And Stargate resin's going right up as well, which to be fair, we're over halfway completing on that, complete on that one. Stargate actuators is well underway. However, the copper could be an issue. How we're doing for metallic minerals? Actually okay. If I tell it to go back, it's not going to be able to reverse thrust, is it? It's going to have to turn all the way around, but I don't think I need to. I think it is actually still mining. Yeah, they're firing. They're firing at that. And we're picking our stuff up because we've got now these 4 drone bays, so more stuff's coming out and then getting smelted. Just we're not producing enough. We need more mining laser, I think. Let's see. We'll pick up 2 of those. And we'll pick all the metallic minerals and the copper minerals as well. Okay, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of the Last Starship. A bit of a logistics episode and production episode, but that's fine. I want to. Good grief! Yeah, that's a big ship. We've seen those guys before. The Rigel. No, so that's the Rigel heavy corvette. It's all cannon and thruster, but this thing is huge. The Raiden Mark II. I love the engine layout of it. These like big engine things. God, look at the amount of storage it's got. Good grief. Anyway, we're going to leave that for now. That's been a bit of the Last Starship. Next episode, I'm going to take the Astral Temptress back to the AGE Foundry. I'm going to transport over that stuff we just bought, including actually drones. I want some more drones. That should be fine. And install the mining laser, the drone stuff, that sort of thing. All of the ore, and then see how much money we can make to then upgrade the Procene cruiser in order to get it a bit more combat ready, which means also transporting the cannons from this ship over to that. More on that next episode. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think, and generic partings.